Have you ever really stopped to think about what's going on inside you when you feel a sudden rush of fear or decide to take a step or even just breathe? Well, it's all being run by this unbelievably complex, lightning-fast network. So today, let's dive in and demystify that network, your body's ultimate command center. Okay, picture this. You've been there, right? You're home alone, it's late, and suddenly there's a loud crash from the other room. Your heart is absolutely pounding in your chest before your brain even has a chance to catch up. That split-second physical reaction is exactly what we're going to unravel. It's the perfect window into how your amazing nervous system really works. The reason you jump, that jolt of pure alarm, is because your body has its own built-in instant messaging service. And trust me, it's faster than any fiber optic network on the planet. This is your nervous system kicking into high gear. So what is this thing exactly? Well, at its core, the nervous system is a super organized network with three main jobs. First, it receives information. Second, it processes that information. And third, it coordinates a response. That's it. The crash was the information, and you jumping out of your skin, that was the response. And the scale of this network, it's just mind-boggling. We're talking about billions of specialized cells called neurons. Just think about that for a second. Billions of these tiny little messengers are firing away, carrying the signals for every single thought, feeling, and action you will ever have. All right, so how do you organize billions of cells? Well, it helps to think of the whole system as having two main parts. You've got the central command, let's call it the control tower, and then you have this massive communications grid, the network, that connects the tower to literally everything else. The official names for these are the central nervous system, or CNS for short, and the peripheral nervous system, the PNS. Now, even though they have different names, they aren't separate at all. They are in constant, seamless communication. It's a partnership that lets us do everything we do. And this really breaks down their different jobs. The CNS, that's your brain and your spinal cord, that's the control tower. It's the boss. It processes all the incoming data and makes the decisions. The PNS, on the other hand, is the network. It's all the other nerves branching out, and their job is to be the messengers, carrying signals from your senses to the CNS, and then carrying commands from the CNS back out to your muscles. But here's where it gets even cooler. That network, the PNS, is itself split into two divisions for two totally different kinds of jobs. The stuff you choose to do and the stuff your body just does automatically. And this is a really key distinction. On one side, you have the somatic system. That's your conscious control. It's what you use when you decide, okay, I'm going to go check out that noise. But on the other side, you have the autonomic system. It's handling all the behind-the-scenes stuff you don't even think about, like that racing heart of yours. Let's trace how that conscious choice plays out. So after the initial shock, your brain, the CNS, makes a decision. A command zips out through your somatic nerves, telling your skeletal muscles what to do. And bam, you physically reach out to turn on the light. It's a deliberate, step-by-step, conscious action. Okay, that explains reaching for the light. But what about that heart pounding in your chest, the rapid breathing? You didn't choose to do that. Nope, that was handled by your body's incredible autopilot, the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic part of the name basically means autonomous or self-regulating. This system manages all your vital functions, your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, all without you ever having to think about it. It keeps you alive whether you're awake, asleep, or, even in a coma. It's always on. Really, when it comes down to it, the autonomic nervous system is all about one thing: survival. It's the system that makes sure the fundamental machinery of your body just keeps humming along, no matter what craziness is happening around you. Now, this autopilot isn't just one simple on switch. It's actually a balancing act between two opposing forces. And the best way to think about it is like a car's gas pedal and its brake. One revs things up for action, and the other slows things down to cool off. So these two forces are called the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. Just think of the sympathetic system as your body's gas pedal. It slams the accelerator when you sense danger. And then you have the parasympathetic system, which is the brake, gently bringing everything back to a calm, steady idle once the danger is gone. And you can see that push and pull in action right here. The moment you heard that crash, your sympathetic system, the gas pedal, floored it. It jacked up your heart rate, blew your pupils wide open to let in more light, and opened up your airways to get more oxygen. It even slammed the brakes on digestion to save energy. The parasympathetic system, its job is to do the exact opposite of all of that. This whole process has a really famous name: the fight or flight response. Your sympathetic system screams at your adrenal glands to release hormones, like adrenaline, flooding your whole body with this incredible jolt of energy. It's an ancient survival mechanism, prepping you to either fight the danger or run like heck. See, flick on the light, and there's the culprit. It was just the cat knocking over a lamp. The threat is gone. Immediately, the brake pedal, your parasympathetic system, takes over. This kicks off the rest and digest phase. It counteracts the alarm, signaling your heart to slow down and your body to, just chill out. But have you ever noticed how you still feel a little shaky for a few minutes, even after the scare is over? Well, here's why. While the nerve signals stop instantly, those hormones, like adrenaline, are still floating around in your bloodstream. It just takes a little bit longer for them to get flushed out. And that's why that on-edge feeling can linger, even when you logically know you're perfectly safe. And this whole experience, from that first jolt of fear to the slow return to calm, actually gets wired into your brain. The connections between our neurons literally change based on what we go through. So every single time your nervous system responds like this, it's also learning. Which brings us to a final, pretty deep thought. If this incredible living network inside you is constantly changing based on everything you experience, who are you becoming?